Reading and writing become the essential tools to expressing one's ideas. Reading and writing are the two most essential tools to preserving, circulating, and advancing knowledge. Ibn Khaldun, the Muslim historian, philosopher, and sociologist, has divided knowledge into two categories. He has said, Al-ilmu ilman, ilmu al-abdan wa ilmu al-adyan. He said, knowledge is of two types: knowledge of the physical world, knowledge of the physical bodies and objects, and knowledge of the religions. Knowledge of the physical world is dependent on the sensory and empirical knowledge and on the data that is collected by man through his five senses. Knowledge through reason may be called acquired knowledge. This knowledge of the physical world based on reason may be called an acquired knowledge. The external senses and the intellect are responsible for much of what man has achieved in this field of acquired knowledge. And we are grateful to Allah Azza wa Jal for those great senses He bestowed upon us. Allah knows that we are helpless and we are created helpless. Allah said in Surah An-Nahl, وَاللَّهُ أَخْرَجَكُم مِّن بُطُونِ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ شَيْئًا. Allah had produced you from the wombs of your mothers, having no knowledge at all, knowing nothing. وَجَعَلَ لَكُمُ السَّمْعَ وَالْأَبْصَارَ وَالْأَفْئِدَةَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. But then He gave you, He made for you the faculties of hearing and seeing and the intellect, al-afida, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. So you may give thanks, so you may praise Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah Almighty, for those great bounties He bestowed upon us. These senses help us inquire, research, and draw certain conclusions. We see things with our eyes, we hear things, we smell and feel things. We then dump all that information that is gathered into our CPU, the central processing unit of our mind, of our brain, the human computer, if you will. We then process this data, and upon the process of this data, we reach certain conclusions. Step by step, this acquired knowledge was taking place and has now reached a very high position. This acquired knowledge began with Adam alayhi salatu wassalam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught Adam the names of the objects of everything he needed to know. It is, so to say, the seed of knowledge was put in Adam, and it was a matter of time before this seed exfoliate, and only up until the last century we have seen this explosion of knowledge. So we are indebted in reality to much of our inventions, to much of our scientific and other discoveries to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. And Allah taught Adam the names of everything. This acquired knowledge can further be divided into two categories: name of the objects and also philosophy. trying to know the reality of things, trying to know the wisdom behind whatever conclusions man arrives to. This acquired knowledge was creeping slowly up until recently, where knowledge has taken in a pace that is unprecedented. Total knowledge of this material objects, as I explained, was given to Adam, and we are indebted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this great advance in knowledge, scientific and otherwise. The human mind from the very beginning tried to contemplate on the total reality as it is. Scientific inventions is one thing, but also philosophy, contemplating on things, contemplating on the universe, contemplating on ourselves was a different matter. It was a curiosity with man from day one to know the reality of things. Who am I? Where have I come from? What is life and what is death? Is there a life after this life? Where am I going? What is good and what is evil? That's why philosophers and sages were contemplating on such inquiries. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala completed for man the knowledge of the unseen realities in the form of what is called by Ibn Khaldun Ilmul Adyan, or the knowledge of religions, or we may call it the spiritual knowledge or the revealed knowledge, knowledge of religious truths, knowledge through the heart and spirit, not through the physical ears and eyes, but rather through the ears and eyes of the heart. This type of knowledge, the revealed knowledge, can only come through wahi, through revelations. Revelations revealed to prophets and messengers. This type of knowledge involves the knowledge of the unseen, the knowledge about the Creator, the knowledge about the Master of this universe. Who is He? The knowledge of the one Lord, the concept of the one Lord who is behind this vast creation, man and everything else around man. The Creator who doesn't sleep, the Creator who doesn't eat, the Creator who doesn't get fatigued, the Creator who is above and beyond all imaginations. All these are explained to us through prophets, through the revealed knowledge. Then we have the knowledge of the angels, the knowledge of the human spirits, something that in spite of how hard science tries to understand, perhaps they will never understand, illa ma sha Allah, because Allah explained to us the nature of our spirits.